success for everybody looks differently. Okay, some people they don't care as much about money and I think that's a mistake because it severely handicaps them on their enjoyment of life. But some people pretend like they don't care about money until they fucking need it, right? And then they're calling people like me.
They care a lot.
Yeah, they care a whole lot. And they say things like, oh, I don't give a shit about money. I just want to live my life. I just want to enjoy my life. I just want to blah, 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 blah. You're full of shit. And I'll tell you why. Because you'd enjoy your life a lot more if you had some money. All right? So we have this like two schools of thought, right? We have the school of thought that I'm going to float through life. I'm going to define my own success. And usually, not always, usually that is some sort of excuse as to why they aren't doing anything. It's a justification for them to get out of the hard things that would have been required to build what their original dream was. And so what most people do is they have a dream when they're young, and as they get older and older and older, they get through high school, college, and then just older in life, their dream gets beaten out of them by everybody around them, right? Everybody's telling them that they're not realistic. Everybody's telling them that they're immoral for wanting more. Everybody's telling them it's a waste of time because they're going to fail. And so what ends up happening is they give up on what their original dream was, and then they replace it with some sort of shit that resembles what they currently have, and then they start talking about how that's what they actually want. And so it's a justification for the lack of results, for the lack of actions that they're not willing to take. And that's what most people do, okay? That's just honest.
That's a hard pill to swallow.
It's real talk, dude. Most people are just fucking weak, and they fucking quit, and then they pretend their whole life they're more virtuous than everybody else because they have some quote-unquote humble definition of success, all right? So that's one person. That's the majority of people. Then there's this group of people who looks at it and says, I really do want a simple life. I really do want a simple life. I want to work. I want to make enough money to be okay. And then, after that, I kind of want to enjoy my life. And it's genuine, okay? And that's what success looks like for them. And that's okay. And there's a big difference between the first group and the second group. Because the first group, they're lying. The second group, it's true, okay? And then there's like a third group. And the third group are people who are highly ambitious. They have big goals. They want to level up. They want to become more. They want to create more. They want to build things. And those people are highly ambitious, and they're usually keeping score by about not only the money they make, but the money they make is a big part of the scorecard, what they create, the benefits they create. And that's kind of the third category. So to say what defines success for the individual is hard to define because everybody's different. But being authentic with your true desires and then chasing them with all of your potential and all of your skill set and all of your effort is what's most important. And so what I actually define success is the pursuit of the fulfillment of your ultimate potential. And the reason that I say it's the pursuit of the fulfillment of your ultimate potential is because you can't ever actually reach your full potential. Because where you are today, as you go down the path and learn new skills, the potential is going to expand, which means eventually you're going to run out of time, right? You're going to gain new skills, your potential expands, you fulfill more of your potential because you have the new skills, and then you acquire more skills on top of that, the potential expands again. So there is no actual fulfillment of your true potential, so it's just a pursuit, which lends to the saying, success is a journey, not a destination. And so that's what that actually means. So when I look at success and how I judge success is, am I utilizing all my potential? Am I pouring that into the mission that I'm on? Am I trying to be the best that I can be at the thing that I want to be? And if I am, and I'm giving that my all every single day in a real way, not in a bullshit way, I consider that to be a successful individual. So, it's not just about money. It's not just about material shit. And for some people, it's not about any of that shit, and they can still be successful. But the truth of the matter is, if we're being real, most people fall into that first category, which is why most people can't get anywhere, and why most people are so unhappy. Okay, they tell you that's what they want, but why? If that's what they want, why are they so miserable? Why are they so frustrated? Why are they so depressed? Why are they so angry? Why are they so bitter? Why do they hate other people's success so much? The reason that they hate other people's success so much is because that was their original dream that they got beat out of them, that caused them to accept their reality and now lie to everybody, including themselves, that this is what I actually wanted the whole time. It's a way to save face. So if you were the second group of person, and that was your genuine definition of success, why would you be judgmental or hate on anybody else's success? You see what I'm saying?
Right, it wouldn't exist.
No, you would. The first person is lying to themselves, and the second two are actually creating their reality. But ultimately, guys, this comes down to deciding what life you want and then giving everything that you have to it, going down the path. And as you go down the path, you make mistakes. And as you make mistakes, if you don't have a 30 IQ, you're able to learn lessons. Those lessons are tools and they're skills, and they help you move forward. And as you move forward with those new skills, your potential gets bigger. And that means you have longer to go. But you're still in a much better spot as you go down the path. So, you're never going to actually get there because eventually you're going to fucking die, right? Like, dude, you have a guy who's 75 years old and lived 75 years of life and has 75 years worth of skills. I mean, what's he going to live? 10 more years, 20 more years max? He's going to eventually run out of time, right? But he's the most equipped for success because he knows the most shit. So this is why it's also important to, not just ignore old people like they're crazy, dude. They know way more than you. There's actually a commonality among very highly successful people. And almost all of them had a near-death experience at one point in their life, which caused them to understand that they are mortal and that they are going to run out of time. And so when you have something happen to you, like when I got stabbed, or when I thought I had a brain tumor for 2 weeks that was misdiagnosed and I thought I was going to fucking die, you begin to understand things differently and see things differently. And it's not enough to see your friend die or your mom die or your dad die to light that fire. It's got to be you. And when you have that experience where you legit almost die, you realize that shit can be over like that, which creates a massive sense of urgency. I was very fortunate to have that stabbing incident happen to me when I was 23 years old. And it changed my life because I realized, holy shit, dude, like, I could run out of time tomorrow. I didn't do shit. So now I run as fast as I can every single day so that at least, hopefully something matters down the road. And maybe it won't, but I think it will while I'm here, and I'm going to feel like it does when I die. So isn't that what matters? You know what I'm saying? So I think that sense of urgency is common amongst people who have had an experience that has reminded them of their own mortality, and that's why they run so hard. And I think that's a very real thing. And I don't think that people who haven't had that, I don't think they run as hard. I just don't think they do. Yeah, I think most people, they fucking think they have all the time in the world. They think they're never going to die. And then one day they wake up and they're 65, 70 years old. They're like, fuck, dude, I didn't do anything. And then they got to live the rest of their life being bitter about what they didn't do. Like, I can't really imagine anything worse than that, dude.